Hi YouTube, this is Felicia with Bible Scraps and happy early fall. I'm super excited. I always get giddy when the seasons change, especially when summer turns into fall, because fall is absolutely my favorite season. And you know what? It feels like fall in my neck of the woods. We have beautiful weather. We're in the upper 70s, low 80s, and I tell you, it feels so good. Too bad I can't walk or run. Nonetheless, I'm very grateful. Alrighty, this video is all about the Tagger gun. Many of you picked up Around the Block's paper tagger because they introduced a lot of us crafters to this type of gun. A gun like this is used to attach tags to clothing items. So I was super excited when I saw this on HSN. I think that's where I got mine from. Got it home, played with it, and boy, let me tell you, I couldn't get it to work. The needle always jammed up or broke, and I buried this in the garage with a lot of other stuff I have out there. Well, some of you may have picked this up at Tuesday Morning. I think they had it last year or the year before. It could have been sooner than that. I got some extra barbs. Couldn't beat $1. I got it because it was cheap and was hopeful that one day I would get this tagger to work. Now, what's interesting, there are no reviews, no video reviews on this. I'm sure they're out there and they might not be tagged right, but I could not find any. But I do know it did get poor reviews. So several weeks ago, I pulled out my tagger because I wanted to attach some things to this vintage junk journal I'm working on. However, I couldn't get it to work, and I went through my spare needles that I had. So I decided, you know, let me order a new one, and I will have these new taggers linked in my description box. So I ordered this one. It came with these 3-inch barbs. I didn't read the description. I did not want barbs so long. And so instead of spending money to buy the shorter bar, I did find some barbs and they were very expensive. Well, I decided, let me just order another gun. And so I ordered this gun. Now, I was so close to purchasing a gun that cost $55 because it had good reviews. That's how bad I wanted one of these taggers. But I decided, let me try this one first. So in this video, I am going to test out these taggers, and I think I might have some good news if you have the paper tagger. I got it to work. Okay, so let's get started. I have several different mediums I'm working with. Fabric, medium weight cardstock, and heavy weight cardstock. I'm going to start with the paper tagger. What I did was took a needle for this unit here and placed it in the paper tagger. Now, there's 2 different sizes, or maybe 3. 3 different size barbs. It could be more that comes with the paper tagger. I'm using the middle size. So let's try it out on fabric. Now, I do know, depending on what material that you are using, there are certain ways you have to hold that material. With fabric, I like to hold mine close to the unit. And you see, that went in. And it went in again. It's working, you guys. It went in again. Look at that. Now, all needles will not work with all units, just like all barbs won't work with all units. But these needles work great with the paper tagger. Okay, let's try it on medium weight cardstock. It's going in. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. No jamming. Okay, now heavy weight. This is Recollections 120 pound or 10 pound. It went in. It went in. It went in. Oh my goodness. Okay, so if you have the paper tagger and you pick up these needles, once again, I'll have the units linked in my description box. It absolutely works. Okay, so let's move along to this unit here. I did try this needle in the paper tagger and it didn't work. Okay, so let's try these 3-inch barbs. Now, I don't care for these barbs because they're on the flimsy side. The paper tagger barbs are much sturdier, and I like that. Nonetheless, this does work. You place it in like that, and let's try it on fabric first. And sometimes you have to pull it apart gently, but it went in. But you see how long this is, and I don't like that. I mean, I'm sure I'll find a use for it. Great for yard sales, right? But it works with fabric. Alrighty, let's try it on paper. But every time you have to pull it apart. But it's working. It's not jamming. Now you see the hole that's made. This hole appears to be bigger than the hole from the paper tagger. That might make a difference for some of you. And for the heavier weight cardstock, it works. It works. It's just these barbs are really long. Okay, so let's move to this one. Now this gun is actually targeted towards quilters. It's a basting gun. And I got this one last already. And these are the barbs that came with this unit. Online, they show red barbs, but they're actually pink. And I got 3,000 fasteners. 1,250 came with this unit. Alrighty, you stick it in the same way. Let's try it on fabric. Do I have a needle in? Uh-oh. Let's see. Make sure I have it. You got to make sure you have it all the way down. Let's try this again. There it goes. There. Okay, so this one shifted. So that one didn't go in. Okay, let me hold it right because this one works. And look at that. So with fabric, you want to make sure, you probably can't tell, but I have it held down on both sides. But it works. Look at that. Alrighty, let's try it on paper. It works. Try it on cardstock. Okay, so I have to, this paper is heavier. You have to hold it and it will go through. And it works. Now, what's great about this unit, well, let me first show you. To take out your barbs, you press on the lever. This unit don't have a lever unless it's somewhere else. But the paper tagger has a lever too. And I like the lever. Okay, what's great about this one, if you have tags or the tails by Around the Block, they work in this unit. I was super excited about that. You see that? Look at that. It works. The paper tagger tails do not work in this unit. It don't work with the needle, but it absolutely works in this unit. If I remember correctly, the tails that come with this gun also works in the paper tagger. Let's try it out. Let's see. Yep, and yep. And you know what? Now it's jammed up. I know what I did. I hit another tail, but it's done this before. But it jammed up using the tails by the paper tagger. So let me see how to release this. Well, you see what happens here? The needle was still good, by the way, but it detached itself from the little needle part that's on the inside. So I am going to clear this. I might have to pull it out. Oh, you got to do this first. You have to turn this lever out and then use tweezers to pull out the needle. So I'll fix this off camera. Okay, so I was able to clear it. My needle is still good. And let me show you how to put your needle in. Your needles have a groove. You want the groove to be facing you. And once you have it all the way backed in, this lever that's also, it's facing me, you turn the lever all the way back. And now your needle is secured inside the holding. I do want to test out a couple other things. I want to add fabric to cardstock and see how that works. And I'm going to use the tails that came with the unit. And it works. And once again, this is the Recollections heavyweight cardstock. I love it. Okay, let me test out this one as well. And this works too. This needle is a lot thicker than the needle in both of these units, both of the other units. But this one works as well. I don't like that this don't have a lever. I hate to pull this out. Okay, so let's try a paper tagger tail and see what happens. Nope. It just makes the hole. You guys, let's see it in action. I got this gun because I wanted to attach things to my books and junk journals. Alrighty, you can attach buttons. So I have a page open in my vintage junk journal, and I want to attach the button right there. So let's see how it works. Now I'm using my preferred gun. This is preferred because, well, it's available, number one, and it's versatile. You can use tags from the paper tagger. And it attached. Let's add another barb. Oh! I love it. And I don't mind that little taggers show. I don't mind that. I just like how super easy it was and quick to attach a button right there on my canvas pocket. All right. Well, you guys, what do you do? What do you buy? What do I recommend? If you have the paper tagger, and if it's economical to pick up the needles, I don't know how much the needles will cost by themselves, you could try it. Or what you can do is just purchase this unit. That's what I really recommend, because if you have these tails by the paper tagger, you can use them in this unit, and I like the quality of the tails that comes with this unit. It's very similar to the paper tagger. But if you want a good gun, and remember, this is aimed towards the quilters too. So if you quilt, if you are into paper arts, this is a good unit to pick up. Well, here you have it, you guys. And I have to say, I am super excited about using a tagger again. One that's functional, one that actually works. And I will have both of these units linked in my description box. Now, if you have been inspired by my creativity, why not give me a thumbs up, a like this video, also subscribe, because I will definitely be using, especially this tagger, a lot more. You'll see that in future videos. Feel free to share this video. Feel free to adopt any of my ideas. I only ask for proper credits. Do link back to this video and do give shout outs. Well, I want to thank you all for watching. As always, blessings.